Hello everybody, it's Matt from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, and we're coming to you live here on YouTube talking about Royal Caribbean. But when we're not live on YouTube, come check out RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com for everything Royal Caribbean related. And today it is all about my favorite thing to talk about, food on a Royal Caribbean ship. And I've got the top 5 signature Royal Caribbean foods. This isn't the best foods across the fleet or like the foods on Royal Caribbean that are the very, very best that they make. Rather, this is the Royal Caribbean food that I think is like quintessentially Royal Caribbean. If you're on a Royal Caribbean cruise, these are the foods that are just basically so Royal Caribbean, if you will. And the first one should be no surprise if you heard me talk at length over the last couple months, and that is the crispy chicken sandwich from Perfect Day at Coco Key. Available at the Snack Shack, the crispy chicken sandwich is, in my opinion, one of the best foods Royal Caribbean has made in recent memory. I mean, it is a must-eat every single time. It's obviously fried chicken sandwich, some veggies on top, some special sauce, brioche bun. Oh my gosh, it is so good. I kind of stumbled upon it my first time to Perfect Day at Coco Key, but my God, they really have done a number with this sandwich. It is a home run and worth getting every single time. If you want to take it to the next level, order an order of mozzarella sticks and take the sticks, mush them on top with pour some marinara sauce, and with the chicken, mozzarella sticks, and some marinara sauce, you've got a chicken parm sandwich. How awesome is that? So there you go. There's the number one favorite signature Royal Caribbean food. That is now it's not even been a year yet, but it is without a doubt, in my opinion, a quintessential Royal Caribbean food. Another really signature Royal Caribbean, another signature Royal Caribbean food is the roast beef sandwich, the Camel sandwich from Park Cafe. When Royal Caribbean added Park Cafe to Oasis of the Seas and brought with it the Camel sandwich, guys, it was a recipe for amazing. I mean, it's just like the way that the crispy chicken sandwich made Perfect Day Coco Key that much better. This is what the roast beef sandwich did for the Oasis class ships. The Camel sandwich is comprised of slices of seasoned slow beef with special slow-cooked beef, au jus, and the chef's own secret sauce. You got to get with a little bit of spicy brown mustard on there, on that bun. This is not just a snack like you should have once on your cruise. You will probably have multiple sandwiches anytime you walk by Park Cafe. It is that good. Now, when you can get these sandwiches at Park Cafe on Oasis class ships, on any ship that has a Park Cafe, including also the Cafe 270 on the Quantum class ships, serve these bad boys up, and they are amazing. So good. The Camel roast beef sandwich, a biggie right there. Now, for our next signature Royal Caribbean food, we're going old school. I mean, if you have cruised at all with Royal Caribbean, even going back decades, there is a good chance you had this next dish with you on your sailing, and that is escargot. Okay, if you don't know what escargot is, it is a French delicacy. It is baked snails. Okay, gross. I know, it sounds gross. If you think about it, it's gross, but it's really good. Escargot is basically tender snails drenched in melted garlic herb butter. And drenched is the key word here, friends, because while, yes, you are eating snails, there is so much butter and salt and goodness baked in with that. It tastes amazing. And it's something you gotta try. I know if you've never had escargot before, you are probably like, this guy has finally lost it. But I promise you, you should try out the escargot, because my advice, do you get a dinner roll or one of the rolls, piece of bread that's served with you with dinner in the main dining room? Get the escargot, put it in there, close the sandwich up, eat it, bam. You are going to love it. It's not what you think. That's the best way I can talk about escargot. It's a signature food. It's still served in the main dining room, and I think well worth getting. The next Royal Caribbean signature food is the Tootie salad. Have you guys ever had this in the main dining room on sea days? There is a lunch served in the main dining room. That's right. It's only available on sea days, but they have a special area in the middle of the main dining room called the Tootie salad bar. What Tootie means, I have no idea actually, but in addition to the fixed menu in the main dining room, there is a make-your-own salad bar that Royal Caribbean calls the Tootie salad bar. And essentially, it's a large salad bar where you can pick different ingredients and they will create their own custom salad for you. So you basically pick out, okay, I want this kind of lettuce, these veggies and they chop it up for you. You can put in their vegetables, cheese, chicken, shrimp, tuna, dressings. It's all available to you. And what makes this such a great option is because it's a freshly made salad exactly the way that you like it. So you want extra mayo in there, you want some extra croutons, no croutons, tons of cheese, no cheese. I mean, you make it the way that you would want to make it. But the best part is you don't have to do anything. All you're doing is just pointing it out. Yeah, I'll take one of those, and boom, you're off to the races. So there you go. And this is a top 5. I could come up with another 17 signature Royal Caribbean foods, but the other one, we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about it, guys, and that is Sorrento's Pizza. Royal Caribbean's own brand of pizza, which has a reputation over the years of being many things. Chief among them, good wasn't usually the word that people talked about it, but you know what? It's a Royal Caribbean food. When you go on a Royal Caribbean ship, inevitably, I'm going to be willing to bet you're having a couple slices of Sorrento's Pizza, and in the last couple of years, it has gotten really good, actually. Royal Caribbean put emphasis on this. Royal Caribbean CEO Michael Bailey, okay, this isn't like some middle manager thought of this. Michael Bailey, the CEO, said, why can't we have great pizza on board, and tasked the food and beverage team to improve the pizza. And if you've had Sorrento's Pizza for the last I would say the last 2 years or so, you've probably had what I think is a much better experience overall, and it makes Sorrento's Pizza a very compelling option for a quick snack, for a meal, light lunch or something like that, in between lunch, third meal after lunch, pre-dinner, late night snack. Inevitably, it is the perfect compliment, and it always hits the spot. Every time I stop by, I'm always glad to have had that in there. So check it out. We got a number of super chats coming in over the. Oh my goodness, I missed out on that. Of course, we are streaming this live here on YouTube. So if if you're watching this video as a replay, that's great. But come check us out on Monday nights. Jonathan Harmon with a super chat. Thank you, Jonathan Harmon, for that. Sharon Stockman, thank you for a super chat. And Matthew Henning with a super chat. And Matthew wrote, we're planning our 20th anniversary trip on Royal Caribbean, doing Trans-Pacific from Sydney to Vancouver. Any reviews for this cruise for 2022? I haven't done that particular sailing, Matthew. My parents actually did the repositioning from Vancouver or Seattle, I think. Seattle down to Sydney. They loved it. I mean, it is unadulterated cruising experience, the classic cruising experience. A lot of sea days, some fantastic places you're visiting. You're going to love it over there, Matthew. So thank you for the super chat for all those people that already started off our broadcast with an amazing super chat. And thank you to all of you guys for joining us here on YouTube to hang out, talk some Royal Caribbean with me. I shared my top 5 signature Royal Caribbean food. What do you think? I'm not saying this is the best food or your favorite food on Royal Caribbean, but what do you think is what is one food that you think is just, it is synonymous with Royal Caribbean? Type it in chat. Would love to hear what you guys are thinking. Luis says, my favorite food on Navigator this season was the raisin bread. I don't think I've ever had that one. Andy W, first cruise, nice. Kathy Roberson wants to know, are the 2022 cruises available to book now? Not yet. They'll be coming out at the end of this month, beginning of next month. And we'll have the details at royalcaribbeanblog.com. Traveling On says, I'm hungry now. Thanks, Matt. That's what I'm here for. Adventurecraft says on the Royal Caribbean website, the cruise planner, my Explorer the Sea Summer 2020 cruise, would this be because of the... Wait. It says on the Royal Caribbean website that the cruise planner, my Explorer of the Sea Summer... Adventurecraft, I'm not sure I understand you. I think you missed a word or two over there. Jane Smith loves the Windjammer Triangle hash browns. Dawn is all about the Ranger cookies. The Ranger cookies are definitely a food that has a cult following behind it. There's a lot of people that love it. They're available in a lot of places like Cafe Promenade or the Windjammer. If you've never had a Ranger cookie, essentially it's an everything but the kitchen sink kind of recipe. You throw in whatever tasty stuff is laying around, like rolled oats and pralines, and Royal Caribbean's version usually kicks it up a notch with shredded coconut for a sweet taste and delectable texture. And a lot of people do like that quite a bit, actually. So, Anna Marie Myers, holy moly, with the super chat. Anna Marie, thank you very much. Paul Urban, best food was the bolognese. Dude, brother, I love the spaghetti bolognese in the main dining room. That thing is amazing. Why didn't Captain's Table, it says, why do you think they don't list the secret Indian dishes on the daily menu? It's a good question. I think there aren't enough people that necessarily are interested in that, but it's available, obviously, an option. What they're talking about is on Royal Caribbean in the main dining room, in addition to what you see on the menu, You can also get a selection of Indian curries available just by asking for it. So, the key man, the crispy chicken sandwich, I must try absolutely. Milfy says the coconut cookies should be boxed and sold. Andrew Cootie is here. Hello, Andrew. Question for you. I know anyone under 18 can't get off the ship without someone over 18 with them, but can you get off the ship if you're under 18? I know anyone under 18 can't get off the ship without someone over 18, but can you... Oh, get on the ship. No, you need to be... Well, I know that to be booked in there... That's a really, really good question, dude. I mean, to be booked in the room as a reservation, you have to have someone over 21 with you. Could you check in separately if you're like 17? I'm not so sure. Sophie, could you do a video about Grandeur being sold? I'm not sure what I'd say in the video, Sophie. It's sold. I'm always for good ideas. I just don't know what I could really talk about it. Carlos, 5 more days till your next cruise. Jade Hall says, thanks for all the tips. I just finished a charter cruise on Radiance of the Seas last week, and it was great. Your tips and tricks definitely helped. It was hard to pick my favorite food on the ship. You gotta pick one. Pamela's loved the bacon appetizer from Chops. Nice. Starwood is here. Hello, Starwood. Had a 5-hour drive yesterday, and who kept me company? Royal Caribbean Blog Podcast. Yes! Love that. Love that. Matt M with a super chat. Holy moly, guys, I don't deserve these things. Matt writes, hi from live from Serenade. All right, I went from being very thankful to being very jealous. Chops Grill was great. Thank you for all the great info. Helped us feel like seasoned cruisers. Keep up the excellent work. From Matt, from one Matt to another, brother. I am so glad you're having a great cruise, and this information helped. So thank you. Gail Self with a super chat. And Gail writes, going on first Royal Caribbean cruise, Harmony of the Seas. Gail, first of all, thank you for the super chat. Second of all, I love Harmony of the Seas. Have you seen our YouTube video we posted on this channel with the top 10 Harmony secrets? I kind of whisper it as a joke, but I want you to tell everybody about it. But we have a video all about Harmony of the Seas and its secrets here on our channel. Make sure you don't miss out on that. Margaret, how does the gambling work? Do you use your self pass to gamble? No. So that's a good question, Margaret. If you go to the casino and you go to the slot machine or the tables, you use cash. You got to bring cash with you, cash money, in order to gamble. You can get an advance from your CPass account, but there's usually a fee associated with doing that. So make sure you bring cash on there. Theory is here. I'm going to miss Matt next week due to being on Grandeur of the Seas. Do I feel bad? Maybe a little. Well, I'm a little jealous of you, Theory. I hope you have an awesome time on board. Also, Theory is live blogging her Grandeur of the Seas cruise over at the Royal Caribbean Blog message board, so check it out. Is the casino only place for smoking? No, baby jugs. You can smoke in the casino and also on the port side of the pool deck upstairs. So there are other places to smoke beyond just the casino. So Don writes, I found there's no fee at the slot machines. Yeah, I found the same thing when I was recently on Mariner of the Seas. I don't know if that's like a feature or a loophole, but it is worth pointing out that, and Don's right, you can try this out. I mean, if you need to get cash out, go to a slot machine. There's a self-service option in the machine to take cash out. And basically, you would obviously the money goes right to the slot machine, but then you cash out immediately and you've got cash. You'll get a receipt. You can go to the cashier and get the cash, I should say. Gene is on Grandeur next week. Zenovia is on Grandeur next week. Is everybody on Grandeur except for me? I'm jealous. Penelope Perry, when traveling with a family, what do you recommend as a way that everyone can eat where they like and not dish each other all day long? The main dining room, I think, is still one of the best places to have a meal together as a family, Penelope, especially for dinner. They can really work with you to help cater to your needs, to your desires. You know, somebody has special requests or just likes different kind of food. I think there's enough variety there to hold everybody's attention, and it's great for being able to have a little time together to what I think is what you're looking for. Preston just booked Alaska on Ovation of the Seas. What do you recommend for the ship and or excursions? You know, we've done a lot of content at Royal Caribbean Blog about Alaska. First and foremost, Preston, I did a video here on our YouTube channel called, I think, like top Alaska cruise mistakes or things I wouldn't do again. Something about Alaska. You'll find our video. We don't have that many of them, but you'll find that video. I want you to watch that video. I think it'll be very, very helpful. And we also have at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com some great content, blog posts, podcast episodes dedicated to cruising in and around Alaska. The bottom line is you want to do as much research ahead of time. You want to buy your clothes ahead of time. Obviously, you need special clothing potentially for Alaska, but research your shore excursions. That's a big one because there's so many great choices, and don't limit yourself to just Royal Caribbean. Katie, you can order as much food as you want. If you go to the Windjammer, the main dining room, the answer is yes, absolutely. Monabaz, is Atlantis and Nassau worth the price? If you want a really great day, yeah, it's very expensive. I think it's a little, honestly, Mona, I think it's a little more than it should be, but it's still probably the thing to do in Nassau. So, Christopher, there is an ATM in the casino. There is an ATM in the casino. There's also an ATM by guest relations, but there will be a fee obviously associated with that. Sophie, can I go rock climbing by myself, or do my mom there? I'm 12, or do I have to be older? I think you can do it on your own. I think. Andrew, I meant if like you're at port. Oh, we want to get back early, right? I think you can. This is great questions, guys. I'll be honest. Both Andrew's question and Sophie's question, good questions. I've never tried this out. So Andrew's asking because he's under 18. They're over in Cozumel, and Andrew wants to come back early because his parents want to hang out at the beach. He's kind of done with it, so his parents put him in a cab and he comes back to the ship. Can he get on the ship by himself? I think so. I can't see a reason why they would say no. It'd be like the opposite, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. I would imagine you'd be able to. Paul Urban says the truffle fries were amazing. Had a great server. Savio, nice. Preston says the answer is no on the under 18 thing. For coming back on the ship? I need a teenager next time I go on a cruise to see if we can test this out. Chris, are there any USB ports in the staterooms? If you're on a Oasis class or Quantum class ship, the answer is yes, but not in the old other ships in the fleet. For Coco Key, Andrew, I imagine, like I said, I would be shocked if you're not allowed to. I would just be honestly shocked that they would say, no, sir, you need to go back and find your parents. Like, I understand if you're an 8-year-old, that would be cause for concern, but a teenager, I'm sure it's fine. Getting back on the ship. Leaving the ship is a whole different issue, but getting back on board. Diane, oh man, I'm gonna butcher your name and I apologize. Dianelin? Is laser tag free on Oasis of the Seas? It is, yes, it's complimentary. Marika, do you pay extra for my time dining? And it's my time dining. No, you don't. It's complimentary, included in your cruise fare. Perk says, I went on a cruise recently on Harmony of the Seas, and I went Star Class, and my genie was great. I just want to know, how much do you think I should tip my genie for next time? That's a really good question. I get this question a fair amount of times, and honestly, Perks, I don't know how to answer it. I mean, you can make an argument for a lot of different rates. You can make an argument for nothing, quite frankly. It's really what you're comfortable with. I don't know to answer your question most directly, I do not believe there is a standard offering. I have seen gratuities paid in and above. First of all, you do pay a daily gratuity, which goes towards your genie, right? So you should know that in advance. So what you're paying on top of that is essentially a bonus. And I have seen that bonus range all over the place. I mean, I have heard some crazy numbers given out there. I don't think that's what really you need to be giving. I think it really depends on the level of service you get, how satisfied you are with it, and also what you can afford, quite frankly. Matt Johnson wants to know, does Royal Caribbean's app let you communicate with other passengers on the ship? On Allure of the Seas and Harmony of the Seas, you can. But it's still in beta testing, and it's not available on any other ship yet. Eventually, yes. But not right now. Danita wants to know, is there laser tag currently on the Allure of the Seas? Not currently, Danita. I believe it's going to be added. If it is going to be available, it'll be added as part of amplification coming up next year. For trip insurance, if visiting a place that has a travel advisory warning, avoid non-essential travel, would you still be covered with your insurance on Labadee? Yes. I don't see why not. First of all, even though you're going to Haiti, Labadee's in Haiti, Labadee's Royal Caribbean's private destination island. It's not an island, it's a peninsula. But anyway, yeah, you're still covered by those things. You're not really going into Haiti. Mona, am I considering the Cocoa Beach Club? In the name of research, I would like to try it out, but I'm not sure. The next opportunity, Mona, I have to go to Perfect Day Coco Key once it's open, I believe is in March currently. So, Andrew Cody, glad to see you here. So, Kathy wants to know, what the heck is a genie? It's not the dude from the Aladdin movie. A Royal Genie is what Royal Caribbean calls its butler service, if you want to call it that, on its Quantum and Oasis class ships. If you stay in the most expensive suites, you will actually have access to somebody called the Royal Genie. It's a dedicated, butler is a poor word for it, but there's no other word I can think of. Attendant, stateroom attendant, who will take care of all your needs. you want to go see a show, you want to go to a specialty restaurant, they make it all happen. You want to have sushi delivered to your room, you want to have a party in your room and have bar service there, they can make that happen. They're basically there for granting your wishes. Danito wants to know, what's a good family beach in St. Thomas? Megan's Bay. Great choice there. Best mixed drink that needs to be tried, Christopher DeBarlo? Barolo? I apologize, Christopher. Definitely the Lava Flow with Kraken rum. Lava Flow, Kraken rum. Melissa says Coco Key has full Wi-Fi access, not just their app. That was unexpected. Well, really? You didn't have the internet package, Melissa? Yeah, as in you had, because I know they have internet coverage on Coco Key. You're right about that. But it sounds like you're saying that didn't cost extra, which I don't think is the key. Which, not the case, rather. DeBarlo, I got it right. Nice. Wow, really, Melissa? That seems like somebody screwed up there. I'm going to be honest with you. Carlos went, does the Key program help with show seating? Yes, there will be reserved seating for shows with the Key. Keep in mind, though, before you get too excited, it doesn't mean you get any seat. It doesn't mean it's necessarily the front row of seats. It means there will be reserved seating somewhere in the theater. So it may not be exactly where you want to sit. That's why I warn people about that. Just keep that in mind. Atlanta Brave says, Coco Key had free Wi-Fi. Really? I really do. And thank you to Atlanta Brave and Melissa for sharing that, because seems like it's a mistake. Sheila, does Labadee have Wi-Fi? It does not, unfortunately. Jay says front row is overrated. Oh, man. That's fighting words right there with some people. Trina says, what do you think of the chances of our June 2020 Ovation cruise will be changed to visit Glacier Bay? Well, Trina, I'm going on Ovation in June 2020. See my fingers? They're crossed. I don't know that that'll happen. I honestly don't know. I'd be guessing, but I would love for that to happen personally. Blake wants to know, are the pools on Anthem of the Sea salt water? No. I think they're chlorine. And I say that because I was on Anthem of the Seas in July, and my oldest daughter hates saltwater pools, and she didn't complain. So I'm going to go with that. I could be wrong on that. Fair disclosure. Jennifer says, can I use the app chat feature for free while on the ship? Yes. If you're on Harmony of the Seas or Allure of the Seas, absolutely. Using the app is completely complimentary on ships. Niwana, is Coco Beach Club at Coco Key worth the $80 per person? So it's not open yet. I haven't been there yet, so I can't really give you any first-hand experience. Nobody has. It's still under construction. But it sounds like a pretty cool idea. I mean, here's the bottom line. There is plenty of great opportunity to hang at the beach, in the pools, and pay nothing extra. So you're really going, if you want to go to the Coco Beach Club, it's because you want exclusivity. In the same way that you would say, you know what, I want a suite stateroom instead of a regular balcony room, because you're willing to pay extra for a little more exclusivity and some enhanced benefits. That's essentially what the Coco Beach Club is all about. So I don't want you to make you think like, you know, you kind of have to go there or it's going to be a mistake. No, it's nice to have, and I think that's what it's going to be a very, I think, luxurious, and the exclusivity of it is going to be a nice appeal for some folks. But it remains to be seen exactly because we haven't had a chance to check it out. Steven, how do you rate transatlantic crossings? You know, I haven't done one personally yet, but really, as long as you have the time for it, you know, you're probably talking about 2 weeks of vacation time, easy, and don't mind a lot of sea days, it's a great experience. I mean, it's usually a very good price, fantastic opportunity to explore a ship and really get to know that ship and that crew. But, you know, it requires a lot of time. And for a lot of people, that's just not possible. And also, the transportation issue. You're probably flying to one port and then maybe flying back from a different one, which for some people presents a problem. For others, it's not so much the issue. Sheila wants to know, is Labadee nice? I love Labadee. I'm going back to Labadee in November. Can't wait. Preston wants to know, what's the longest cruise I've ever done? 9 nights. I've done that 2 times. Julie Hall says, I booked it because the lunch sounded really good. The Key, I think you're talking about? Awesome. Whoa! Rory Alensky, thank you for the super chat, Rory. Rory writes, I know we briefly chatted about this the other day, but can you elaborate more about cruising close to a dry dock? I heard rumors of pre-work in closed areas of the ship just prior to dry. Yeah, absolutely. And Joseph Westerfield, thank you for the super chat. I'm going to get to your message in a minute, Joseph, so I'm not missing it. I want to give Rory a good answer here. So, Rory, I'm going to give you some real talk right now, because I want to paint the expectation for you. When a Royal Caribbean ship goes into dry dock for upgrades, you know, not like under the hood work, you know what I mean? Like Oasis of the Seas is currently doing. They plan a very ambitious cycle of work to get done in that time frame. Sometimes in the sailing or two that is scheduled to go right after the dry dock is complete, there can be potentially some overruns. It doesn't always happen. The Mariner of the Seas, as I recall, when her amplification was completed, had no issues at all. Navigator of the Seas actually canceled one sailing, and then there were still a couple things, like one water slide wasn't functional for half the first sailing, and Adventure Ocean wasn't complete for the first sailing or two. So that's an example of that's really the worst case scenario. A sailing is either canceled or some of the new additions are not complete yet. Is it common? I wouldn't go that far. I think it's just something that can occur. You should be aware of it. And if you're telling me, Matt, I want to go on this ship that's just gotten its upgrades and I don't want to incur any issues, I don't want to have any risk involved with this, then you should probably not book the first 3 sailings, just to be safe. Now, granted, Rory, I'm putting my money where my mouth is, because I'm going on Oasis of the Seas November 24th. It's the first sailing back from Drydock for that ship. And look, there may or may not be some things that are available when we go on there. I understand the risks involved with it, but I hope that answers your question, Rory. And if it doesn't, please let me know. Joseph Westerfield says, 26 days till Symphony of the Seas. Have you heard about the new delivery program on Symphony? Yes, Joseph, we reported that news first at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Go to the blog. We posted on it last Tuesday. I posted all about that, full screenshots, how it works. You can actually order food. Royal Caribbean is testing a new program where you can order food from the app, just like you're at home, like Uber Eats. It's Uber Eats for a cruise ship. How cool is that? So, and we reported that, again, last Tuesday, actually, at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, if you want to check it out. Carlos wants to know, how pricey are beverages if you don't purchase a drink package, like have an occasional drink or soda? You know, if you're talking about a mixed cocktail, you're probably talking about $10 or $12 a drink. A beer will run you about $7 or $8 a beer. Soda is about $3 a soda. Hopefully that makes some sense. Penelope, have you heard any feedback on the blow dry bar on Navigator of the Seas? I've heard very good things about it. I mean, believe it or not, I've never been to a blow dry bar on land or at sea, so I can't personally try it out. But if you like the idea of a blow dry bar, it's a really cool idea. Jane Butcher with the super chat. Thank you, Jane. Jane writes, how does the Royal Up program choose who gets upgraded? For instance, if 2 people bid the same amount and 1 upgrade left, do you know how they get that upgrade? That's a great question, Jane. I don't know in that situation because, of course, the answer is whoever bids the most. But what Jane is saying is, if 2 people put in a bid for the same amount, there's 1 room left, who gets it? I would assume, Jane, whoever put the bid in first, that'd be the fairest way I would think of doing it. I just don't know if that's actually the policy or not. So, Stephanie, were you able to try more than 1 entree at Wonderland? Yes, Stephanie. Every time I've ever gone to Wonderland, I think everybody has this experience. When you go to Wonderland, you never order off the menu. What do I mean? I mean, your waiter will inevitably probably just bring you everything on the menu to sample because the sample sizes are very small and it's because it just works a whole lot better. So even though you get a menu, no one actually orders off the menu. So absolutely, you'll be able to try everything. How casual is too casual in the main dining room? Sophie, I know you're a little younger, and I'm pretty sure you're a girl. Could be wrong. I don't want to assume. Maybe it's your parents' account. But if you are, you just have to wear something nice. Something you would wear, respectable, a blouse, a nice pair of jeans. No holes in the jeans. A dress, skirt, nice girl clothing. Boy, am I not helpful, Sophie. I apologize. I should have my wife. If my wife was around, I would have yelled at her to come help you out on this one. Something I would, if you're going to a family party, if you're going to visit your grandma, I used to say what you would probably wear to church. Somebody informed me that these days people don't wear nice things to church anymore, so maybe that's not a good example. Maybe some of the ladies in our chat here can provide some suggestions for, not that you have to wear a ball gown. You could wear a ball gown. I mean, you could go crazy, Sophie, and recreate a scene from Titanic with a formal ball gown and tuxedos and all that. You don't have to do that. That's really over the top. I think really just dressing, like you're going to a party would be pretty good. Stan is here, just arrived, better late than ever. Absolutely glad to have you here. Carlos wants to know, is Izumi sushi worth trying? Absolutely, yes. It is amazing. You will love it. Jonathan Harmon, thank you for the super chat, Jonathan. Any suggestions for Izumi birthday dinner on Symphony of the Seas, I assume? So, Jonathan, here's a question for you. You say Izumi, but there are 2 Izumis on there. What I mean is there's Izumi Sushi and there's Izumi Hibachi. If you're going to Hibachi, that's a great choice right there. I mean, you can just order whatever protein you're interested in. If you're looking for a sushi recommendation, dude, my recommendation is the, if you want a monster of a roll, it is the Ryu Fudumaki roll. The Ryu Fudumaki roll, it's one of the signature rolls. It's a meal and a half, dude. I mean, brace yourself. It's amazing, though. Really, really good. I think you'll like that. Sewell wants to know, besides soda, are we able to bring bottled water on the chip? Yes. Oh, Jeff, you're going to Hibachi. Oh, well, you can order sushi, too, but don't order any sushi. I'll be honest. There's a lot of food at Hibachi. Let them know it's your birthday, and go for the New York steak. You know what? Nobody ever complained or ever regretted getting steak. You can't go wrong with steak. So get the steak over there as your protein. Blake says, if I have the drink package, can I see all my drinks on the bill? Thanks for all you do for us. Good question, Blake. They don't usually list the drink you order, but you will see a $0 charge on the account. So you can kind of track it that way. But you can't later on figure out all the drinks you drink. Like, oh, I had a pina colada here and a Guinness over there. It doesn't work quite that way. Melissa's in the main dining room last week. Each table got a few small birthday cakes to celebrate Royal Caribbean's 50th birthday. Yeah, isn't that a cool idea? You know what's funny? All my crews have been on this year. I have not been there for that. I'm always at a specialty restaurant, so I miss out on it, unfortunately. Stan says, since I'm booked on Star Class and have unlimited special restaurants on Ovation of the Seas, which restaurant should I choose to go to multiple times? Jamie's. I would go to Jamie's if it were me. Ricardo, going on Anthem of the Seas in March, booked through Royal Caribbean website, changed my reservation to MEI Travel, and saved $300. Wouldn't have known otherwise. Thanks for the recommendation. Well, Ricardo, thank you for supporting our sponsor, MEI Travel. Of course, MEI is the official sponsor of RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Full disclosure. But thank you for supporting our sponsors. It's really great. I always tell people, if you want to really support RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com and help make sure we continue moving in the right direction, moving up and up and up, there are 2 things you can really do. Number 1, become a Royal Caribbean Blog insider. An insider is somebody who donates to RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com for as little as $1 a month. You can help support what we do here and get some special benefits for being an insider. More information about that is available at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com/support. The URL you see right there on the bottom of your screen. And support our sponsors, which in this case is MEI Travel as well. So, Michelle, do you have to have cash to play bingo? Yeah, that's a great question, Michelle. Do you guys know? I don't know the answer. It's been so long since I played bingo. I don't know, and I'm relying on you guys to help me out here. Who's played bingo recently? Is it cash, like the casino, or can you use your CPAS card? Laura O'Donnell, thank you for being an insider. Laura rocks. Love Laura O'Donnell. Thank you. Carlos wants to know, is 10 a.m. too early to show up at the port to board? No, 10 a.m. is about what time I show up there. That's when the terminal opens for boarding. All right, Sophie says you don't need cash. Blake says we did not need cash. Okay, so you do not need cash. You need to bring your CPAS card. Thank you, all Preston. So, Sophie, how do you know so? You're 12 years old. Rory, thank you, guys. Thank you. Don Jossenball, thank you for being an insider as well. That one, AV Geeks, I almost forgot you're live on Mondays. Now, many of you probably already know this, and since you're already subscribing to the channel, probably, turn on your notifications, guys, so that way YouTube can let you know the second I go live. I'm joking, Sophia. I figured out how you got there. But it's just funny. We're asking, bingo is gambling, right? And of all people, Sophie's got the answer. Angela Roman, thank you for the super chat. I love Angela. Thank you. So supportive, Angela. My gosh. Wow. This has been like a tremendous live discussion here today. Cruise Addicts, thank you for being an insider as well. Angela Roman, thank you for being an insider. Glamp63, thank you for being an insider. Diana Lynn, I think your message got cut off over there. Rich Samuel, first time live. You know what? If it's your first time watching me live, just like Rich, type new in capital letters right now. Because I want to welcome anybody who's brand new to like watching me live for the first time. You may have seen my other videos, but here, talking with me live right now. Preston wants to know what's my favorite ship I've ever been on. Ooh, Harmony of the Seas, number 1, Harmony. Brandon Wilson, welcome. Evil Sniper, welcome. Laura O'Donnell, technicality, but welcome. I've known Laura for a while. Katie Brewer, welcome. Pat Jeffrey, welcome. Bree Smith, welcome. Marvin Bostrom, welcome. Tracy Kucheri, welcome. Sheila, welcome. Sue H, welcome. Jay Lewis, welcome. O.C. Atkins, welcome. Kelly Armstrong, welcome. Lizzie, I have my time dining for 5:30. How exactly does that work? Here's how it works, Lizzie. Baby Jug says newish. No. So here's what you do. At 5:30, you go down to the dining room. On the bottom of your Seat Pass card, it will tell you which dining room you are at and your dining time. You go there at 5:30. There are two lines. One for people with reservations, one without. If you make a reservation for 5:30 p.m., you go to the line for people with reservations, and you'll be seated first. Estella, welcome. Valerie, welcome. Gina Martin, welcome. Debbie Schenberger, welcome. There's so many great newbies here. Love it. Valerie Hayes, welcome. Cruising with Christine, great name. Welcome. Dan Lynn wants to know, will the Oasis of the Sea still have the Aqua Theater? Yes, it is staying there. Not to worry about that at all. Baby Jugs says, I've watched all the videos my third time live. Really, only third? I feel like you've watched a lot of live videos here, Baby Jugs, but glad to have you here. With a name like that, you remember a name, Baby Jugs. Milfy wants to know, do I have any plans for Odyssey yet? I booked the inaugural sailing. Remains to be seen if I'll go on it, but I figure why not put a deposit down. Kathy, staying in Tampa before cruise, must-eat restaurant downtown. My favorite restaurant downtown is a place called Toojays, Toojays. It's a Florida take on a New York diner, or New York delicatessen, I should say. It's not kosher, but it's kosher style. But it's really good. You should try it out. It's great for breakfast also, maybe the day of your cruise. Sophie, when I get the Platinum in December, will I get the discounts or will I have to wait till you're 18? You get your own set of discounts, Sophie, but because you're 12, you don't get the same ones as the adults. You get your own set of them. There'll be a letter in your stateroom, Sophie, with a list of the benefits you get, but it's not the same as your parents. Catherine Bentley, thank you for the super chat. Thank you. Love the channel and the community. Hashtag Nerds Unite. You said it better than I can, honestly. Katie Brewer, what is there to do at Port Canaveral? The thing to do in Port Canaveral. I would say number 1, Kennedy Space Center. Number 2, Cocoa Beach. Number 3, something in Orlando. Disney World, Universal Studios, something of that nature. So, Tampa GS, since they have the name Tampa in their name, I'm going to defer to what they're saying. Columbia Restaurant in Ybor City. Take the free streetcar from downtown. That's a great recommendation as well. Blake, if you don't go, do you lose your deposit? If you don't cancel, you lose your deposit. Yeah. If you cancel before final payment date, you get your money back. If you cancel like the day before your cruise or something like that, you will lose a certain set of money. It depends when you cancel how much money you get back. It also depends if you booked refundable or non-refundable cruise fare. If you book non-refundable, doesn't matter when you cancel, you don't get your full refund back, your full deposit back, I should say. Lizzie, you're very, very welcome. Glad to have you here. Catherine Bell says, I owe you more than this, but you taught me how to save $1,200 on my pre-booked cruise with calling Royal Caribbean on price adjustments and gave me a wealth of knowledge to apply to our first cruise. Well, Catherine, I am so glad to hear, honestly, that you're already having a better cruise experience just from learning some of the tips here. That, to me, is one of the best compliments you can pay by just simply saying, that all this stuff you're hammering on about is actually helpful. I love hearing that. Thank you, Catherine. I really appreciate it. And Catherine, I hope you'll stick around. You won't just come in and leave. I want you to be part of this. I want you to be part of the community here. Brandon Wilson wants to know what's my favorite drink on board. Definitely a lava flow with Kraken rum. Katie Brewer, after you book a cruise, can I add some people to the room? You can potentially, yes. It may change the price, Katie. My recommendation is, let's say you're like, okay, I want to book a cruise today, but my mom or my friend may or may not join me. I don't know. Here's what I would do. I would, if you're before final payment date, put a fake person down on the reservation. Put your mom's name down on the reservation, right? Even if they're not going. Swapping names, there's no cost associated with that. But adding or removing names can potentially change the price of your cruise. Garth, Sherry's competing with me live now. She has a notification. She's live. Is she live now? Awesome. Good for her. I love Sherry from Cruise Tips TV. You guys know that. I'm not the internet's a big place right there. And I'm going to wrap things up here because I've been live for 40 minutes now. So I've had my time. And I always want to support Sherry. When will the ship start decorating for Christmas, Jane? Usually right around Thanksgiving. Paul Somerville, what's to do in Rostand? I don't know what that. I never even heard of that place. That one AV Geek. When I have my next cruise booked, I'll go ahead and binge your channel. Excellent. Paul Urban, thank you for being welcome here, I should say. Blake wants to know, is it okay to decorate your room door? Absolutely. You just can't use adhesives like glue or tape. You can use magnets. That's totally cool. You can't damage the door, basically. Stephanie, favorite excursion in St. Kitts or in St. Thomas? St. Thomas is definitely Magens Bay. Can't go wrong with that as an option. It's a great beach day. In St. Kitts, beach is a really good option as well. I don't have a specific recommendation in St. Kitts, but I also recommend there's a great train tour that you can book through Royal Caribbean. Is Kraken Rum included in the drinks package? It is, Sherilyn, although usually you have to request it. OC wants to know, are there any Hanukkah decorations? There are, actually. Usually there is a menorah somewhere, or a Hanukkah, somewhere around the ship. That's about the extent of it. 12th Man Proud. Welcome back, 12th Man. Does Royal Caribbean offer pre-cruise excursions in Europe? Yes, they do. There's actually something very elaborate in Europe they do called cruise tours, which you can add on either before or after your cruise, in which they involve like overnight land portions of a tour. Justin Liu, I am very well, thank you. Can you place fairy lights on the balcony? I don't know what that is. As long as it's not a fire, like if it's battery operated, I don't see why not. So, Carla says, cruising is so addictive. Brother, that is like the most accurate thing that has been said in this live broadcast here. Sonoma says, I put a deposit down on a non-refundable cruise, but found dates that I think I want. What are the penalties? Usually it's $100 per person to make that change. Usually. Again, you have to check the fine print in yours, but that's based on what you just told me, Sonoma, that would be my expectation. So 4 people, you'd be losing $400. Tyson says, does the whole party have to wait in line to eat, or can just a couple wait? We have 10 people with My Time dining. I know you don't recommend My Time that many, but that's what we have. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, you could have... Geez, you know what? I'm going to backtrack that answer there. Because they're probably going to ask you, how many in your party? 10. Are they all here? You could say they're in the bathroom. I don't know. I've seen it go both ways. Sometimes they make you wait. It really is going to depend on the person. Andy, where does Quantum of the Seas go? Quantum of the Seas sails year-round out of China. So, destinations in Asia. Sharon Stockman. Welcome, Sharon. And so thank you also, Sharon, for becoming an insider recently. That was awesome. Do I karaoke? Have you heard me sing? I mean, it sounds like a cat being strung out. Average traveler, any recommendations for traveling with young children? Yes, do it. I love it. I have 2 kids. I have taken cruises with them when they were both 6 months old. It's a great idea. You have to plan ahead a little bit more and move at their pace, travel at their pace, but it can be a very rewarding and fun thing. We have a lot of articles at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com all about it. Tennille wants me to sing now. You never close your eyes anymore when I kiss your lips. And there's no tenderness when we touch at our fingertips. You're trying hard not to show it, baby. But baby, I know it. You've lost that love and feeling. All right, that's it. That's terrible, Axel. Don't encourage that. Look, when I got to that main part there, my voice started cracking. James says, I guess I'll switch over to Sherry now. No, Nawada says you're braver than I am. I don't mind singing at all here in my room I know you guys are watching me, but I don't see you. Like, there's no pressure. When I'm on a cruise ship, to go back to the question, will I sing in front of 50 people that awful rendition of that classic oldie song? No, I will not do that. Keith, when is the latest I can prepay an excursion? About 2 days before the cruise planner will close up there. Sonoma, thank you for the super chat. Very, very kind of you. Teach us how to sing. Okay, don't do anything I do. There you go. You've learned now. Young Elvis out there. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Don't quit your day job. Yeah. Don't encourage him. 12th Man says, would you recommend booking my flight through Royal Caribbean to Europe? Yes. I would recommend doing that through the Air to Sea program. I think that's a really good idea because of travel delays and potential issues there. I think, especially if you're flying in remotely close to your cruise date. Paul, what is the best time of year to look for promo discounts for future cruises? You know, Paul, There isn't a time of year I recommend it. I think you're better off actually booking your cruise as early as you can. You're not trying to time a sale like you do at the Gap for jeans. The earlier you book, the better your prices could be. Angela says, I didn't know Brad Pitt could sing. You made my day there. Paul says something's wrong with my audio. Paul from Something to Connecticut, you're missing the fall foliage, brother. Oh, I miss Connecticut. I miss it. All right, guys. I got to run. I apologize. I know there's more questions here. There's probably more songs to be sung, but I'm going to run out. I'm going to head on out here. My good friend Sherry from Cruise Tips TV is live right now as well, so you can go check her out. We're live every Monday, guys, right here on YouTube. I hope you'll join us here again. Thank you guys so much for everything. Ainsley says in capital letters, need help with what to do in St. Martin. Ainsley, send me an email, matt@royalcaribbeanblog.com, or better yet, go to our message boards at royalcaribbeanblog.com. You're going to find a great assortment of information. You can post that exact question and get answers from me and a bunch of other people as well. It's all available at royalcaribbeanblog.com. No more songs. Sorry, guys. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your day. Enjoy. Do something fun. And we'll talk again very soon right here on YouTube. Good night, everybody.